Hey, it's Brian Maude. Craziness, we're more than halfway through September. This is my cheat sheet for Monday, September 17th. An iPhone 5 shipping update. Here's the first thing. The first 5s are on their way from China to these United States. They started shipping late last night or early China's time. Okay, so here's the thing. Regardless of what message you received from Apple or your service provider if you pre-ordered a 5 on Friday, here's the breakdown. It looks like Apple is going to be able to deliver the 5 to customers who ordered before noon Eastern Time on Friday. After about an hour, about 1 o'clock in the morning, Friday morning, the messages started going out saying that you would get them in 2 to 3 weeks. After the original said this Friday, it now looks like Apple will be able to deliver to the United States enough 5s to satisfy everybody who ordered before noon on Friday. Others like me who didn't get the pre-order in until 1 or 2 o'clock, it looks like we're still looking at a minimum of 2 to 3 weeks. And if you're going to pre-order now, before the launch on Friday, you're probably at 3 weeks or more. Apple actually did say that they had underestimated even the wildest expectations of demand. And that's why you saw Apple stock, after all the hype, hit a new all-time high on Friday, closing in on $700 a share and more than $650 billion of total market value. So it's one thing to have a bunch of hype. It's another thing to deliver on even the wildest sales expectations. And that's exactly what's going on right now. Okay, talk a little bit about robocalls real quick. Robocalls, complaints are up about 4 or 5-fold over the past few years. So what do? Well, I actually have the phone number on my physical cheat sheet that you can complain to. If you are on the Do Not Call registry and you get robocalls, you are, they're in trouble. They're not allowed to do that. Here's the thing. There are actually settlements with several companies that you might not even have heard about. So your complaint to the Federal Trade Commission not only could net you less annoying phone calls, but it also could net you a check. Checks have recently been going out from $30 to over $100 for people who were receiving robocalls that should not have been. So if you were robocalls, and possibly a check in the mail too, that can completely make it worth your while. Okay, we're also going to be taking a look today at the situation with voice control in Apple. It might not be the craziest idea I've ever had, but it sure seems like it at this point. Apple TV. While all the attention is on the 5, it looks like we're going to have one more announcement before the end of the year out of Apple. Now, I do expect a mini iPad to be on the agenda. That was left out of the 5 announcement, but here's another piece for you. It's now looking like Siri is going to be on all Apple devices. You know, they added it to the iPod Touch, which was, or an iPad Touch, yeah, Pod Touch, that they announced with the 5. But it also looks like the Apple TV, as theoretical as it may be, will also include the latest edition of Siri. And that means that your television would be voice control. You imagine walking up to your TV and say, turn on, go to this channel, and it happens? Pretty cool, right? That, my friends, might be the one freaking reason this thing still hasn't been announced by Apple. They might be working on the voice control to make sure that everything with your TV of the future is actually done via voice control. If you didn't need a remote, wouldn't that make life easier? Especially if you have like 3 or 4 or 5. All right, I've got plenty more for you on my physical cheat sheet today. I invite you to go check it out. And one other thing for you real quick. One way not to finance your business, the credit card. Get this. For every $1,000 of debt you finance on a credit card for a startup business, your failure rate goes up 2%. Now, somewhere along the line, there's got to be a law there against that, because I'm sure not 100% of businesses that have $50,000 of credit card debt fail, though very few people actually can get that kind of a credit card line to begin with. But anyway, theoretically, that would be the case. But the number one way the startup businesses will fail when they're financed is if it's done on a credit card. Get business funding, because if it's on your personal credit card, and that's how you start your business, at whatever point things really start to head south, it takes you with it. And that's when you start making personal decisions over business decisions. All right, that's the cheat sheet for today. Enjoy yours. We'll see you tomorrow.